Hi, we're back again, and we have two gentlemen next to tell us about their interesting things that they're doing, and that's Stephen Almada and Vince Hernandez. And they're from the Mex Pistols. Hi, you guys.
Nice to meet you. Great to be
The
here.
Mex, what is this? Tell me about
The
this.
Mex Pistols. Well, Vince and I are the Mex Pistols.
Oh, the two of you.
Yes, we started the band. Well, I'm originally from Los Angeles, and I moved up here in my late teens. And I met Vince a few years after that, and we had a lot of same interest in music. And we talked about forming a group, and so one day we just rented a studio and went in there, and he plays drums and I play guitar, and just kind of went for it, and we hit it off right off the bat, and we clicked, and so we just became the Mex Pistols. And over the years, we've had quite a few bass players in the band, and but not any steady bass players, so that's kind of why we're here today, to try to look for a bass player, somebody out there that wants to be in the Mex Pistols. We're definitely looking for because we want to get out and start playing gigs again. We've kind of been in a hiatus.
Well, winter does that, I think.
Well,
It puts you into a hiatus.
It's mostly because we've been plagued by some injuries over the years. I've had a couple of hand injuries. Vince rides a motorcycle, and he's had a couple of injuries there, so kind of put us in the back burner for a while, but now we're healthy and we're ready to start looking to play out. And well, Fresno's actually got a lot more music coming through now than it ever has.
It is.
And so there's a lot of groups that we grew up watching that are coming through here now.
Yeah.
And a lot of our friends are in bands, and they open up for these groups, and we'd like to be up there opening up for some of the groups.
Why not?
Yeah, we don't see why not. So,
So-
yeah, that's one thing that we really, so that's the reason why we need a bass player. I mean, Vince and I have gone out and
For quite some time now, we've been just a two-man band. And
kind of like a White Stripes.
Well, those instruments go together really good.
Oh yeah,
though, you know.
and you can have a drummer and a bass, or a drummer and a guitar player play, and fill up enough space. But if you just had a singer and a bass player, or a singer and a drummer, it wouldn't make as much impact or
fills the
noise.
sound up a little more.
Yeah, so kind of like Richie and Bob on La Bamba, the two-man group, Boney Maroney. But yeah, so we'd like to get more people in the band, and that's something that we've always done. Is we've always enjoyed playing music together, and it's more so for a creative outlet than anything. We don't really think that we're going to be big rock stars or have a lot of money or be, have all the success, but it's mostly for a creative process.
Oh, yeah.
And to get a creative outlet, because I mean, without that, where would we be without creating? That's.
Oh, that's for sure. I'm totally there with you. You've got to, if you're a creative person, you can't do anything but create.
Yeah, it kills you if you don't get it out.
Yeah.
It has to come out.
When did you first start having an interest in music?
Oh gosh, since I was a little kid.
A little kid?
Oh, yeah,
that happens a
absolutely.
lot. You start when you're a creative person, you sort of go right to that thing and have that interest and continue to do it. A lot of times our jobs will take us away from it or something.
Well, yeah, absolutely. Well, we both work, so we're not exactly full-time musicians. We've always had jobs. Well, I mean, he has. I've been in and out a little bit there. Sometimes I work, sometimes I just play. But yeah, we have jobs, and so it's not really a full-time focus on music. But we take our music serious enough to lend it that dedication to make
we
sure
get together in the evenings and practice, and
Well, that's fantastic. I know that I'm a singer, and what's hard for me is I can't sing really without some kind of music behind me, and that's why I search just like you're searching.
We're actually
for.
looking for a singer as well. So,
Well, this is really fantastic. And when did you first really start getting so that you were ready to go out and perform?
well, like I said, I'm originally from Los Angeles. In my late teens, I moved up here. I met Vince a few years later, and we started hanging out. Then we decided to put a band together, and we started playing like house parties and things like that, for our friends. And then it kind of graduated to the bars, and we enjoyed playing in the bars.
Yeah,
Really
for a
enjoyed
number of
the-
years, we were for about a good 2.5, 3 years. We were at the Fulton.
Oh, yes.
That was an old bar. That was on the
Oh,
Fulton
yeah.
Mall.
Yeah, Joe, if you're out there, what's up, buddy? The
to
Fulton
the
Bar. It
owner,
was
Joe
called
Ramirez.
the home of underground rock and roll, the Fulton Bar, and it was based downtown, and that's where we met a lot of our musician friends and a lot of our just friends all together, our Fulton family out there. And from there, we, like you said, we played there for about 3 years, so we kind of honed in on our sound and performing in front of people. When you start, I guess every week for 3 years, you start playing in front of people, you start getting a rapport with the audience and learning how to
you
perform.
stop being worried so much
Yeah,
about your performance.
And it does.
Am I good enough? Or did I miss that note?
Well, we always knew we were good enough.
No, good. And when did you decide to be a drummer?
I started at about 5 years of age. Parents had enrolled me in taking drum lessons from Art Tyler, who was a jazz drummer here in town. And it basically just started from there. Took band in school, started learning clarinet, continued on in junior high school. I kind of fell out of playing, but I was still had an ear to the the sound of what was coming out, listening to a lot of music coming out. So my interest was always in it. After graduation, after I became an adult, got a drum set again, started hanging out with friends. I was an employee at Tower Records for a number of years. So once again, working in a music store, you get to hear a lot of music.
That's for sure.
Make a lot of friends, meet a lot of people. A lot of my friends at the store were in bands, so we'd go see them. I'd go see them play, and always had an interest in it. After we met, the desire to play started getting a little bit more stronger. So we've been playing now, roughly off and on, about the last 25 years.
Oh, is that all? Just 25 years?
Yeah.
This is fantastic. So are you're still available right now for the two of you?
Yes.
And how would people get in touch with you if they wanted to?
They can find us on Facebook, the Mex Pistols. They can go on my Facebook page and message me if they're interested in trying out for the band or coming to see us or hanging out or just wanting to jam out. We enjoy playing with anybody. We'll have anybody over. Come on down, bring your instrument, let's jam out, let's have fun.
And where is down here?
Where I live just up the street here in the tower, so we're not too far. We're both local guys, and we have a Reverb Nation page, and they can message us or find our music on there as well. We have a single out on Bandcamp, The Rad Sampler.
Wow.
It's a gentleman named Nolan Davis. What's up, Nolan? He has it's called Rad Music Distribution, and he puts a lot of artists out locally. So he'll find a lot of unknown artists, like he found us, and he put us on his first single called The Rad Sampler, which has about 20 artists on it from the Fresno local artists.
Wow.
And apparently he's been putting more discs out, and so he's really making an effort to keep a strong musical community here in Fresno, and so we really appreciate that. So that was a really cool.
There's so much talent in Fresno.
Absolutely,
unbelievably. People can't understand it. The acting and the singing and the
art
and the music and the art. It's fabulous, and people here just have to learn to take a good look at it, appreciate it, and think, gee, maybe that would make me feel good if it was in my house.
Absolutely.
Support the artists. We really need that support.
We're just happy to be part of this musical community, and it's a really, really great musical community here in Fresno, so we're just privileged to be part of it and being accepted as part of it.
That's great.
And being accepted by our peers and our friends and acknowledged by them.
I don't think anybody can understand the closeness between creative people. You just feel you're at home. I never fit any place in my life, offices, whatever. I didn't fit, but when I'm with actors, oh my God, it's so much fun, and you laugh, and it's just great.
Absolutely, yeah. The common bond. There's always a common bond there with musicians and actors.
Well, I'm so glad you guys came in, and
thank you for having us.
I'd like you to come back again and tell me one when you're performing someplace, special place, we're trying to promote people. So come back and tell us so we can get it out
Absolutely.
to people.
Absolutely.
And they'll get to know you, which is good.
Great.
You know.
That would be great. We'd love that.
Okay. Thank you guys
Thank you
for
again.
coming in so much. It was really great talking to
Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay. We'll be right back.